Vaishnavi, please start. Hello? Sridhar, I am audible?
Yeah, you're audible, Sada. Vaishnavi?
Vaishnavi,
Yeah, sir. I'm there. A
start now.
very blissful morning to everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce myself. This is Vaishnavi Joshna, the organizing head of today's session. A warm welcome to one and all who joined for the session Career Guidance for Pharm.D Graduates by Dr. Anusha, organized by Department of Pharmacy Practice in association with HCOP alumni. Deepajyoti Parabrahma, Deepajyoti Janardana, Deepo Hayatu Me Papam, Sandhya Deepam Namastute. Let us start the session with a traditional light lampening and a prayer song.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
I request Sashanka to continue over the session and give a welcome note. Over to you, Sashanka.
So, good morning, one and all. I am Sashanka, co-organizer for today's event. I take it as my privilege to welcome you all for this session of Career Guidance for Families Graduates. I feel blessed to be a part of Hindu College of Pharmacy, a phenomenal institute renowned for its excellence in imparting the best in pharmacy field, which could not be possible without the support and contribution of our management. A man with simplicity and foresight who always strives for the welfare of this institution and students is Sir Sri Jupudi Rangarajan Garu, lawyer and politician. We warmly welcome you, sir. I would like to welcome our secretary, sir, Dr. S. Madhusudan Rao Garu, who is a man with knowledge and always encourages students' ideas and inventions and tries his best to bring them out into action. We welcome you, sir. I also welcome Dr. Mannava Radhakrishnan Garu, who is the backbone of this institute. He always stands frontline in making this Hindu College of Pharmacy a remarkable institution. A warm welcome, you, sir. Our management acts as torchbearer for the past, present, and future generations of our college. So I warmly welcome all the management and the dignitaries and the participants. I extend my warm welcome to our beloved principal, Dr. R. Govindarajan Garu, who is a man with immense strength and dignity. Hearty welcome, sir. Her beauty is admiring, her life is inspiring. Ever charming lady with a willpower to empower women. Beauty with brain, she is the absolute phrase for her outstanding talent and thought-provoking words. I heartily welcome you, ma'am, Dr. A. Sunita Garu. I also welcome Director of Pharmacy Practice, OSD Sitaramaya Garu. He's a highly skillful person who stays up to date with the current issues. We are fortunate to have a person who correlates his life experiences with whatever he teaches. He has acquired a lot of knowledge, learning everything practically. I also welcome Mr. Sadasivarao Garu, HOD, Department of Pharmacy Practice, who is a co-convener of today's event. Sir is very conscientious and diligent in decision making. His dedication and hardworking nature makes him the best in whatever he does. Hearty welcome, sir. I extend my warm welcome to Ramaya sir, President of HCOP Alumni, who is a man with a lot of energy. I extend my warm welcome to all the participants and management and technical staff to this wonderful session. I request Vaishnavi Joshna to continue the session. Over to you, Vaishnavi.
Thank you so much, Sashanka, for welcoming our all the participants of this session. I request P. Sitaramaya Garu, OSD and Pharm.D Director, for opening remarks.
Morning. Sada, are you able to listen? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. Good morning to all of you. Well,
Sir, please
today,
continue, sir.
I welcome our management members, Sri Jupudi Rangaraju Garu, Chairman of our college, and
Hello,
Dr.
sir.
Madhusudan
Sitaramaya,
Rao
sir.
Garu. Hello?
Sir,
Tell
please
me.
continue, sir. Please continue.
And Dr. Madhusudan Rao Garu, Secretary and Correspondent, and Dr. Manav Radhakrishnamoorthy Garu, Honorary Chairman, and other faculty members, and my own colleagues for today's meeting. Well, I am very happy to welcome our first batch student, Sri Lakshmi Anusha, who has come forward to address all the students about very important topic, career opportunities. So on this occasion, I congratulate our students, Vaishnavi and Shashanka, who is coordinating the webinar. Congratulations to all of you, my dear students. There are a lot of opportunities for Pharm.D students. Well, in addition to whatever possibilities are there for B Pharm, M Pharm, Pharm.D students have got a lot of opportunities in industry, research, teaching, and clinical pharmacy, regulatory affairs. So many opportunities are there. Anyway, today, since Lakshmi Anusha is going to talk to you, we will finally, under the closing remarks, we will again talk to you on this. So, just since she is working in Bangalore, the company which is owned by Ranboxy, Fortis Research Center, and Fortis Hospital is owned by Ranboxy. I recollect my association with Ranboxy Laboratories. I have visited, and then CEO of Ranboxy Laboratories is Dr. Parvinder Singh, who was at those timings. Now he has two sons. One son has taken this Ranboxy. The other son is looking after the Fortis Laboratories and Research Center. So Dr. Parvinder Singh was the president of Pharmacy Council, president of Indian Pharmaceutical Association, New Delhi. And I was one of the council members representing the hospital pharmacies. So he was a very nice gentleman, and he has developed Ranboxy, and all this hospital, his own sons are looking after. I congratulate Lakshmi Anusha for getting a placement in such a wonderful hospital and research center. So with these few words, I welcome all the viewers to listen to the speech of Lakshmi Anusha. Okay, thank you, Sadasivarao. Carry on.
Thank you, sir. Next.
Thank you so much, Sitaramaya Garu. I request our principal, Dr. R. Govindarajan Saru, to address the meeting.
Good morning to all. The pleasant morning. We are here with a great, charming girl of our Hindu College of Pharmacy. With this, I am really happy with that. This program will coordinate with our students. Really to take a happy moment. So, on behalf of management, Sri Jupudi Rangaraj, the chairman, sir, and Dr. Mazandar, secretary and correspondent. So this and also in association with Hindu College Alumni Association, we are here with to have the wonderful student interactions with our Hindu College of Pharmacy, all Pharm.D students only. So why we need to this interaction is the important of nowadays people are feeling that they have a lack of opportunity. In that things we want to make it to minimize the fear because to need some kind of interaction to make it for a wonderful approach to what is their career. So we have conducted from the June onwards various webinars. Among this webinar really we happy to that things to made it by the Department of Pharmacy Practice, and all the students of sixth year students taking care of that, and fifth year students are there to do this kind of organizations. Really happy with that. And also Anusha, she is one of the best students, really good student, active, dynamic, whatnot. She is such a girl. She is giving wonderful information about students about the future career, what they want to do, what is the importance. Not only the Pharm.D course is not only required, we have to take it to other opportunities are there. Some add-on course are there. We have to do it that. So the this one of the noble professions of Pharm.D, what is required, you can meet the desire. So this junctions. I want to say only one thing: students who are joined in this Pharm.D course, don't feel anything in negatively. I request to the globes are good opportunities are showing you, but you have to select which area you want to take it. So for that, what you are feeling lagging in your knowledge, you make it update, and according to their your seniors directions, please go to that. Then seniors will be always will help you. That's why we have alumni associations are there. If anybody want to talk to your seniors, alumni association will help you to make it interact with them, to give the various guidelines, what to do or what not to do. Everything they can get by through alumni association. So this is another platform to interact with the seniors and the juniors. Why? Because of supermost seniors, nobody knows what is the present junior. So alumni associations are there. We make it to have the bridge between seniors and juniors. So we want to take care of you. Really, thanks, Anusha. You'll be here with us, and we are feel that our students are ambassador of the college. We want to have such students to get some impress about the course and course information. What is required? We are given good topics about what is career orientation. I really congratulate and thanks one and all to giving me opportunity, and thanks to organization team, student team. Thanks to that. We'll meet once again after. So thank you. So over to Sada and Vaishnavi.
Thank you so much, sir. Your words boosted up our energy. I request our charming Vice Principal, Dr. A. Sunita ma'am, to address our session.
Yeah, very blissful morning to one and all. Cordial welcome to today's speaker, Lakshmi Anusha. I feel proud. Yes, Anusha is a alumnus of Hindu College of Pharmacy. You all are well aware of that. She is a first batch student in our college from Pharm.D course. She was very active at that time. I still remember her activities, participated in various events, attended the programs are organized with the College of Pharmacy. Especially, this session will be helpful to all the Pharm.D students who are having any internal doubts. What after completion of this program, what to do? What are the opportunities are available in the global scenario? So I think she is the best example. Already she has proven instead of talking or giving advices to others, before giving advices to everybody, let us prove ourselves before talking. Otherwise, I feel like that. So I think Anusha is a right person because she left the college after completion of the course and she has. I think she achieved her goal also, and she has proven by doing job in her career. A warm welcome, a special welcome, Lakshmi Anusha, for the today's session. And in this regard, I would like to tell to the students the secret of success can be learned from the life history or stories of successful people. Sir, if we can adopt them, we can be successful. There is no doubt in that. Every success story is also a story of great failure. Successful people overcome all the problems and reach their goal. So don't disappointed. Whatever the problems you are facing, you overcome it. Then definitely will have a bright future. After completion of our talk, I will give a few examples of the people who have succeeded in their lives. And I must appreciate the organizers of today's program, student coordinator Vaishnavi Josna and other people, and Department of Pharmacy Practice, making this program in a better, and everyone must inspire also. I hope this session will be helpful to all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your words are really grateful, and we are ever thankful to you. Now, I request our Ramaya Garu, the head of HCUP Alumni Association, to address the meeting. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Vaishnavi. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible. You can continue.
Yeah, thank you. Very good morning, dear students. So, any institution's alumni are key to its growth. An institution is a partnership among students, alumni, faculty, administrators, donors, trustees, neighborhoods, and many more to build a community and a culture. So, in this category today, we're fortunate enough to have our first batch student Lakshmi Anusha to deliver his experience regarding this Pharm.D opportunities. I really congratulate Anusha to take this initiation as a first batch student and you started the one payment for our juniors to deliver their experiences. So I really thank to the management and the principal to giving this opportunity to the Hindu College of Pharmacy Alumni Association to introduce who are our proud alumnus to all of our present students. Thank you, sir. And thank you, Vaishnavi and Sasanka for our wonderful coordination. And also thank to the HOD of Pharmacy Practice, Sadasivara sir, and the Pharm.D Director, Sitaramai sir, to giving me this opportunity. And thank you.
Thank you, Ramaya, sir. Now, let me take an opportunity to introduce our today's speaker, Dr. Anusha. Sridhar, sir, can you please play the PPT? Next slide. Our today's speaker, Dr. Lakshmi Anusha Inagandi. Ma'am has completed graduation in Hindu College of Pharmacy in the year 2017 with an excellent aggregate. She was awarded gold medal for outstanding overall performance through 6 years. Ma'am completed internship at ESIC Medical College and Hospital at Hyderabad. Completed basic certification program on clinical research. She also completed Dale Carnegie certification program on building people skills. Attended training program and entrepreneurship for startups. She attended 5 international seminars and 6 national seminars till date. She was awarded second prize for posture remotely triggered cisplatin release from carbon nanotubes by radio frequency fields for a national seminar on innovative formulations for chronic disorders 2013. Her publications include a review on pharmacovigilance and its importance in World Journal of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, an overview of Alzheimer's disease, and American Journal of Pharmaceutical Research. Her research work includes prevalence of nicotine dependence in schizophrenia. The aim of the research work is to assess the prevalence of nicotine dependence in schizophrenia, to assess the severity of nicotine dependence in schizophrenia using FTND. Next. She is currently working as Research Associate 3, Fort Research Systems, Bangalore. She was promoted from Research Associate 2 to Research Associate 3 on 22nd July 2020. Her achievements include she was awarded 4-star multiple times, being an exceptional performer in day-to-day activities. She was also awarded Best Member for the Month award, Best Member of the Month award several times. She is recognized as one of the best co-workers and most dedicated employees in various team meetings. She is also appointed as customer point of contact. Personally, to add up, other than the PPT, I could say that she's a girl with lots of patience and her enthusiasm to learn new things, helping nature, supporting nature, punctuality, and above all, the respect for institution she graduated is such a add-ups for her CV as I can say. I can feel the enthusiasm and greatest appetite in Dr. Anusha ma'am in her words during a conversation about the passion towards guiding individuals in the right path. With this brief introduction, I request Dr. Anusha ma'am to continue the session. Thank you.
Vaishnavi, just a minute. Before inviting the Anusha, please invite Chairman sir. Chairman sir is there.
Okay, sir. I request our dynamic chairman, sir, Sri Jupudi Angaraj Garu, to address the meeting. A warm welcome to you, sir.
Good morning to all of you. Anusha, how are you?
Good, sir. Thank you.
How are your parents?
You're good.
Good. You are the first student who is taking this Pharm.D class. I hope that our students will know how our Hindu college is had worked and is working and will work. And all my good wishes to you and all my blessings to you. God bless you. Please give my regards to your parents.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I request Anusha ma'am to continue the session. Thank you so much, sir. You can continue, ma'am. Over to you.
Yeah. Firstly, thanks everyone. I don't feel that I've left out the college and I'm coming back again. Still feels like I'm still in college and I'm still with all of you. It feels so nice to see all of you after so long, and then so kind words about me. I'm really feeling so much overwhelmed right now. So yeah, okay. So firstly, thanks Vaishnavi for organizing this and Sada sir for accepting and making this possible. And actually, when I'll tell you the story initially, how this happened. So last week there was this webinar that was conducted at HCOP Clinica 2, and I think a lot of you have attended that webinar. So there, it so happened that I've asked some question in the chat, and then all of a sudden, all my juniors, they were pinging me privately in the chat, like telling that they're so glad that I'm there, and then asking for guidance actually. So I was really wondered because there are so many opportunities out there for Pharm.D graduates, but then I see there's so much confusion again in the gang. So I thought, okay, why not do a session? And then Vaishnavi was there, and she continuously she started asking me, it'll be really helpful if you can guide us and all that. So then I thought, okay, why not? And then we spoke to Sada sir, and he instantly accepted, and all this wonderful meeting is happening right now. So let me share my screen first. Can you guys see my screen? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, we can see.
So I think all of you know, because most of you are Pharm.D graduates, I think everybody will be aware that Pharm.D was initially started in 2008 in India. And the main motto of starting Pharm.D was to provide clinical pharmacist facilities to hospitals wherever are available. But then, unfortunately, this not happening in the it is not happening because the government is somewhat hesitant still. So, but then there are a lot of state governments which have offered clinical pharmacists as well as drug inspector positions for Pharm.D graduates. So today, the main agenda of this program is I'll be discussing about the higher studies that you can do after Pharm.D, and then the fellowships that are offered out in India, and then job opportunities in private sector in India. Then I'll be giving a brief overview of each field, and then I'll be giving few tips to find out the opportunities, and I'll be giving few interview tips. And then I'll be taking a question and answer session to further clarify your doubts. So here I want to clarify about something regarding government posts. So there are few opportunities being provided in the public sector as well. But then it is not in all the states. So I'm not focusing anything on that because it is pretty much dependent on the state government. And then I'll not be talking about any other course that we'll be doing after Pharm.D, like SAS or SAP or medical coding or medical writing, because the institutes, whatever institutes you are learning these courses through, will give you enough opportunity to know, and they'll give you enough exposure so that you can explore those fields separately. So I'll be talking about the opportunities that you can get directly after Pharm.D without any course. Okay. So coming to higher studies, I know there are a lot of people, even a lot of my juniors who have gone to the US, my classmates who have gone to the US to do some, MS programs, master's degrees in countries other than India. But then I don't think a lot of people are aware that there is a residency program in India itself. So this is offered by JSS College and its affiliates. So there's a 2-year residency program in India. So here it is more like, after MBBS, you guys will be doing, after MBBS, people will be doing MD, right? And they'll do a specialization. So this is pretty similar to that. So I wouldn't say it is MD, but then, you will have an opportunity to focus on one particular field, like nephrology or neurology or oncology or something like that. And you will be learning a lot about that particular subject for 2 years. And then you will be having the internship continued in the same hospital as well. Now you can ask me, I know the possible question would be, what is the difference between someone who did Pharm.D directly and someone who did this residency program in extra? So that all depends on how well you perform. So not just this, any opportunity will depend on how well you're doing. It's not on someone giving. So even a lot of people can give you a chance to get interviewed, but then the job opportunity will decide on how well you're performing. So that's the first thing I want you guys to remember. And how well you're presenting and whatever you're doing will again depend on how well you learned in the college and how well you're able to communicate and how well you are able to think logically in whatever field it is. So that's one thing. And then just go through this residency program. You can Google saying residency programs in India after Pharm.D, and then you will get this result, and you can go through. There's a whole, there is this complete curriculum where you can find the syllabus and the number of hours to be spent in college and the amount, the eligibility criteria, and everything. So according to what I read, this residency program is not having any exam as such, but then I think there are only 2 seats in every college for this particular program. So the basic criteria would be you will have to graduate, you will have to complete graduation from a PCI approved college, and then you will have to have a registered pharmacist, certificate. And then masters in in countries other than India, there are a lot of people who are going to European countries or the US or Canada and doing a lot of masters. Again, it may or may not depend to the exact course whatever we are doing. So there's something called there's a master's degree in toxicology. There's a master's degree in public health. So there are so many opportunities. But then again, for you to grab an opportunity as a clinical pharmacist in abroad as well, you will have to clear a few exams before anything. So that's one part, and there is an opportunity of doing PhD after Pharm.D as well. So there are very few people who are aware that they can do PhD after Pharm.D, but then yes, we have an opportunity to do PhD both in India and abroad. Next, fellowships. So I feel this is one of the most prestigious opportunity that Pharm.D graduates are having right now. So there is this 1-year fellowship in oncotherapeutics in Tata Memorial Hospital, Mumbai. But then I think there will be only 1 or 2 posts per year, or maybe once in 2 years. That again depends on the opportunity that they have. So here, if you can see, the qualifications include MD pharmacology or Pharm.D. So both of them will be given an opportunity. And if you see, the stipend that you will be receiving is 53,000 per month. So this is not simple, this is not easy, and this is huge, I would say, because nobody would pay you 53,000 as your first pay, right? Even if you enter into some, as a very big post in a multinational company as well, nobody would offer you 53,000 on the day one. So I think this is really great. But then again, the competition will be huge because there will be only 1 or 2 seats throughout India, and then you will have to, in order to gain that, you will have to stand out, and you will have to learn in such a way that you should be able to practice. So yeah, this is one thing. And then coming to the job opportunities, the main part. So here, okay, let me, so if I'm going too fast, just let me know, and then I can slow down a little bit. Is the space okay, or I am really not able to see the chat? So is the space okay, or you guys want me to slow down? Yeah, can someone reply? Okay, great. Yeah. So in the healthcare, so this is the main thing that we are supposed to do, right? Why Pharm.D? Because you can become a clinical pharmacist in the hospital. So I think many of you know that in the US, so every hospital does have a clinical pharmacist who are nothing but the Pharm.D graduates again. So there are a series of exams that you'll have to clear. There is this, NIPER, sorry, not NIPER, what is it, NAPLEX exam that you'll have to clear for the US to become a pharmacist in the US, and then you'll have that opportunity, right? So here in India, they've introduced Pharm.D program with an inspiration from the US itself. But then we still need some more time for us to get proper opportunities out there. Because, initially when it was started in the US also, there was so much friction between the physicians and these Pharm.D graduates initially for like 10-15 years when it started. But now, if you can see, none of the hospitals are there without a clinical pharmacist. And even for them to run a dispense counter, they'll still have the Pharm.D graduates there. It's not like what we are following right now in our country. So I think we'll have those days wherein the Pharm.D graduates, will be, taken into hospitals, and this clinical pharmacist role will be provided. Maybe not very soon, but then it will happen someday for sure. But then the question here would be, them giving one opportunity, the government giving an opportunity is not a real question. How well are we prepared? How well are we going to stand out? Even if the government provides an opportunity, it all depends on how well we are doing, right? It's not like, okay, now the government gives an opportunity and then you go there and you stand there blank without knowing anything. If someone asks you a question, you stare at them with blank eyes, then the government will still feel, these people are not helping at all. So, why waste so much money on them? So I always say, if you have enough preparation for whatever you want to do, you can do many other things than what you actually wanted to do. Like, there will be so many opportunities. It's not like and we are not given opportunities. And then I see a lot of people complaining this because I know you guys are not having enough exposure. Being in college, it's really difficult to understand how the industry is working right now. But then, trust me, there are so many opportunities that are opened up for Pharm.D graduates. May not be in the hospitals. Even the hospitals are taking clinical pharmacists. But I wouldn't say the government hospitals especially, and lot of local hospitals in may not have the clinical pharmacist role, but then there are a lot of hospitals that are offering clinical pharmacist role as well, like the huge hospitals, what do you call, the corporate hospitals. So there are posts for clinical pharmacists over there as well. And then talking about the drug information pharmacist, I think so back then when we were there in the college and when we were going to hospital for ward rounds and everything, we had a drug information center place like located in the hospital, and then we used to talk to the doctors or the patients or whoever comes to the drug information center. So there are few hospitals who are executing this as well. There is this drug information pharmacist role available in the hospital. And then there is clinical pharmacy manager, who is again a little superior to the clinical pharmacist, and who takes control over the inventory, and then who looks at all the statistics and stuff. So that is another one. And then there is this research associate. So this research associate part, I'll be talking when I talk about the clinical research organizations or clinical research jobs, because this is pretty much connected there. But then just remember that there is a post called research associate available in the hospital as well. And then there is this hospital administration. It is, I would say, it is not the exact job that you would want to do, but then, yeah, that is another opportunity where you can, really perform well. But then it is again mostly for the management students, whoever is doing MBA hospital administration or so. But then there are few people, the Pharm.D graduates, who are appointed as hospital administrators as well. And then there are scientists who do the research, and then there is this post called executives in public sectors. So I think a lot of you are aware that a lot of NGOs are there, and there are a lot of other institutions who will offer a lot of programs for the welfare of public. So even there, this Pharm.D graduates pitched in, and then there are so many people who are working and contributing their services continuously for the welfare of the public health. So that is another thing. And I think there is another post as well. So I didn't include it in the slide because not all hospitals are offering, and but I wanted to tell you, there is this there is something called medical officer. So that medical officer is again a Pharm.D graduate who will be residing in the hospital. It is pretty much similar to a duty doctor role. So that is also there. But then it is not, what do you say, it is not a direct job that will be given to a Pharm.D graduate. But then there are few hospitals who are taking. So now we are going for ward rounds, and your internship program will be held in St. Joseph's Hospital, right, for Hindu College. And for other colleges, every college will have their own affiliated hospital, right? So most of the times, what is happening is, so if someone's doing well, like during the internship or during ward rounds, if they are doing pretty well and they are standing out, then those people were given an opportunity to work as clinical pharmacists in critical care, or the clinical pharmacist in overall hospital or something like that. The only thing again here is how much you are able to prove yourself is the only clause that is there again. So that is about healthcare. And yeah. So now, again, in the pharmaceutical industry, so basic difference between B Pharm and Pharm.D is B Pharm and M Pharm people are mostly industry oriented, and Pharm.D people are clinical oriented, right? But then we do have opportunities in the pharmaceutical industry as well, especially in the there is this post called pharmacokinetic investigators where there will be BAB. I think in the fourth year of Pharm.D, people who are who are in years 1 to 3 of Pharm.D may find it a little difficult, even when I'm speaking about these posts and clinical research posts especially. And people of 5th and 6th years will find it really comfortable because there is a subject called clinical research in the 5th year, and you'll come across all these terminologies there. So just bear with me and ask your questions in the chat box. And I'm very open to questions, and because none of the questions are silly. I wouldn't feel any question is silly because even I keep asking so many questions at whatever point of time. So that's how you learn. So just don't hesitate. And yeah, so here there is this pharmacokinetic investigator role, and there is this BAB. I think there is this BAB as bioavailability and bioequivalence. There is this chapter in the 4th year in one of the subjects. So I don't know if all of you guys remember. So it is pretty much about the bioavailability, which again depends on the pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics of the drug. So whenever you develop a new drug, so in the process of developing, you will have to see what is the bioavailability of the drug once it is taken by the patient. So again, there are these studies wherein they'll be assessing the BAB parameters of a particular drug. So this is again a part of pharmaceutical industry. And then there is the scientific communication associates, nothing but scientific writers. So there are, let me clarify just one thing. The name of the post may be varying. So it's not like every company will have a post called scientific communication associate or medical and scientific manager. The name of the post may differ, but then the nature of work may remain. So again, all these three here, the scientific communication associate, then safety data exchange agreement managers and medical and scientific managers, all these people directly or indirectly will contribute to the marketing of the drug. So they'll be writing, so especially with scientific writers, they write about, there are multiple things again. There may be a company which asks, to do a literature review for a particular drug and find out how many how many trials are being conducted on this particular drug and which companies are having a brand released with this as a core drug and so on. So there will be a lot of opportunities in that way as well. And the three after this R&D department will directly or indirectly contribute to the marketing of the drug. And then, there will be sales reps, right? The sales representatives. So most of the times what happens is they may not have the sufficient medical terminology exposure. So then this is one kind of a post where you can pitch in because we'll be studying everything for 6 years and we'll have enough knowledge to, decode the medical terminology. So that will come into picture here, and then you can help in training the sales reps as well. So this is one part, and I know these are little deviated from the core thing that we are supposed to do, but then getting opportunity in a different field is nothing wrong. So if you have interest and if you really want to do something, you can excel wherever you are. And
Anusha, ma'am, just a minute. Sorry to interrupt you.
Sure. No problem.
There is something like some disturbance with your voice. Can you please correct that?
Okay. Disturbance as in you can hear background noise or?
Yeah, background noise. There is some background noise.
Give me a
Second thing is that I think you could be somewhat slow with the slides.
Just give me a minute, actually. I'll be back. Just a minute.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Is it clear now? Or the disturbance still there?
Yeah, somewhat better, ma'am. Somewhat better. You can continue, but small suggestion, ma'am. You can please go slow with your slides. That's small thing. That's all.
Sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
I know, and I'm really sorry if I went really fast because I have a habit of speaking too fast, which is bad. Um, yeah. Okay. Now, so far we have discussed about healthcare and we have discussed about the pharmaceutical industry as well. So now I'll be talking about this job role in the clinical research field. So here I wanted to tell you this is like there are plenty, like so many opportunities available for in the field of clinical research. So here again, the yeah, the role may be varying. So each company may have different names for each role, but then the nature of work will be completely related to clinical research. So I've displayed few names here called, clinical research coordinators, clinical research associate, clinical team leaders, then data managers, trial executives, and pharmacovigilance, and so on. So here the thing is the names may vary, so few companies may call them as research associates, few companies may call them as data analysts, few companies may call them as research scientists. So that may still differ, but then the overall gist of whatever you're doing will remain. So here, to talk about the clinical research industry, I'll be initially telling you how the clinical research industry works. So when do you call it like this comes into picture when if there is a new drug in the market and it has all the preclinical trials completed. So you know the drug development process, right? So initially there will be the development process wherein there will be the industry level, the pharmaceutical research going on, that is designing a molecule, looking at the bioavailability, like the what do you call diffusion parameters and so on. And then there will be preclinical trials wherein if the drug is safe enough to be administered into a living thing, then starts the preclinical trial wherein you will administer the drug to the animals, and then you'll be testing what are the parameters, like how toxic is the drug, is it safe to administer, is it showing any kind of efficacy, and so on. So that is the preclinical phase. And in the clinical trials, you will be administering the drug to the human subjects. So here comes the total role of a Pharm.D graduate. So here, for initially to start a trial, so we call those human studies as clinical trials. So initially to start a trial, I think again, as I said, there is a subject called clinical research in 5th year of Pharm.D. So anyone below that, pay a little more attention because this terminology will be very much new to you. So here, whenever you want to start a trial, so you will have to get a IRB approval. So what is IRB again? There is something called IRB or ethics committee. So this ethics committee is nothing but a committee of people, like group of people from different fields who will hold sole responsibility for the well-being of the subjects whoever are participating in the trial. So that means you can't randomly call someone and give a new drug and test on them. So initially you will have to take their consent. You will have to explain them all the risks and all the benefits if at all they are taking this drug, and then you will have to make them agree to participate in the trial, and then they'll be signing a form called informed consent form. So in the informed consent form, that is nothing but a legal acceptance of a particular person to participate in the trial. So that means if at all someone, if say for example I'm having some X disease, okay, I'm having some X disease, and there is a physician who want to test a particular drug which cures this X disease, but is not released into the market yet. So that means they will have to test it on someone to prove the efficiency of that particular drug. So there, they'll come to me, they'll approach me, and they'll make me understand this is the benefit of the drug. This is the benefit that you'll be gaining if you take this particular drug. So if I am willing to accept the risk, and they'll also explain me that there will be so much risk because there is no established evidence that this drug will definitely cure this disease without any side effects. So they'll have to explain me, and if at all I agree, then I'll have to sign an informed consent. Okay. So now you guys can ask me So, okay, someone comes, they'll randomly come to you because you're having this particular disease and they'll ask you to sign. And if you sign, it is not really a concern, even if it is working to you or not. No, there is this ethics committee, which again monitors the entire well being of the subject throughout the trail. It's not just one day story. So as long as you're taking that drug, as long as you're part of that particular trail, they'll be looking how well you're being. Or if the drug is causing any problem, then they can ask the investigator to stop the trail then and there. So this is the process of clinical trial. So again, this is in respect to a particular subject, that is a particular patient, whoever is participating in the trial. But then in the back end, there will be a clinical trial protocol, there will be informed consent, there will be certain amount of budget that will be given for this particular trial to be performed by the sponsors, and so on, so more and so on. So here, what happens is, now what does a Pharm.D graduate do here? We guys know how to interpret the case sheet, right? So we go to hospital right from second year, we go there, we look at the patient case sheet, we'll be documenting and decoding that into our case sheets, and then we'll gather all the information, we'll talk to the patients, look at the prescription, and then counsel them if at all something is required, and then we'll come back from hospital, right? Also, we do case presentations with SOAP analysis and so on in the college. So here, because we are aware of how to deal with the patients, we have a role called clinical research coordinators. So here, what does a CRC do? CRC is nothing but clinical research coordinator. So this clinical research coordinator, again, will go to the hospital and will look at all the subjects who are participating in the trial and will make a note of all the parameters. See, for example, if there is a subject who is coming to the site today, and then they are taking the study drug today. So it is not always a tablet. It is not necessarily a tablet always. So there may be infusion there. They'll be taking this, like this coordinator will be responsible to note down all the patient vitals whenever they come into the site initially. And then they'll be administering the drug. If it is an IV infusion, again, there will be parameters like start of infusion, end of infusion, adverse reactions during infusion, or which is nothing but infusion related reactions, and so on. So these people will be responsible for all those. And then clinical research associates are little more than clinical research coordinators, wherein they'll be monitoring the activities of coordinators. Say for example, CRCs are doing something, and then they have source document. Source document is nothing but the original case sheet of the patient, wherein you will be writing manually, right? Like from the hospital end, they'll be writing the vitals and BP history, then the concomitant medications that they are using, and then allergies and so on. So they'll be re-verifying whatever the data entered by CRCs is right or not. So that is another role. And these are at sites. Again, at sites, it depends. So there are, most of the times what happens is there will be a sponsor. Sponsor as in, assume to be pretty much simpler, it is nothing but a pharmaceutical industry that is manufacturing a particular drug. Say for example, there is some company, say for example, Hindu College is a company, say it is Hindu Pharmaceuticals, and then it is designing a drug, and then they'll have to test this drug, right? They can't really go to each and every hospital to perform this testing. So there what happens is, site is nothing but hospital or a place where this clinical trial is being conducted. So what happens is, these people will either sign up with SMOs or CROs. That means if there is Pfizer, it is a big huge pharmaceutical company throughout the world. So they'll be having an SMO. SMO is nothing but site monitoring organization. So they'll be signing up with SMOs or CROs throughout the world. It will be again dependent on one particular country or multiple countries if the CRO or SMO that they have signed up is having multiple branches in all the countries. Then people from this SMOs or CROs will be conducting the trial. That means most of the times hospitals will not directly associate a coordinator. They will not initiate a trial as such. It is always the sponsor who initiates the trial. So it is like, except for investigator initiated trials. Investigator initiated trials as in, if there is some doctor, some renowned doctor, and they feel that say for example there is one particular drug, but then they see that this drug is helpful in other disease condition as well. So then they'll be starting another trial, and that's a whole different story. So except in that scenario, most of the times it is either the SMOs or CROs on behalf of the sponsor that will be conducting the trials. So these clinical research coordinators and clinical research associates will be playing a role there. And then there are clinical team leaders, and then there is this clinical data management. Again, I told you, right, it all starts with the establishment of an IRB and then selecting sites. So there will be a lot of roles involved everywhere. So it's like you are okay, now you have decided to conduct a trial, and the ethics committee is okay with that, and then you will have to decide a site. So if you're starting a cancer trial, you'll have to go and check if there is enough equipment available to test the perform all the tests related to oncology as well, right? Like if subject is having cancer, then they'll have to undergo constant CT/MRI scans, and then they'll have to have the blood tests and the tumor marker tests and so on, right? So if you're going to some hospital which is not having the enough equipment, so if at all you're going to an orthopedic hospital, so there is no chance that you could get CT/MRI there, right? So again, there will be another role of Pharm.D graduates that will be involved, wherein they'll have to go and select the sites. Like they'll have to look at what all sites are having the equipment. They'll have to go there, look, inspect the hospital, and see if they can successfully conduct this trial there. So this is another kind of role that is involved. And then there's another one wherein even so now my job role, this is my job role that I'm talking. And Sitaramega Garu, Papam, he's confused. I think he's confused with Fortis, but I work for Forte Research Systems. So this Forte Research Systems is a US based company wherein we'll be using a CTMS, a software to design the schedule of the subject visits. So it's like we'll be if at all the subject comes to the site today and signs the informed consent, then all the other dates from today, like whenever the subject should come to the site, will be displayed automatically. So we'll be using the protocol to design all this trial, and we'll be creating a calendar for a particular subject. So this is what I do. So here, this is another thing. Again, we have tie-up with a few of the US universities and so on. And then we'll be designing trials for them. So this is one thing. And then there's another thing called ECRF design. So I think a lot of you know what is CRF is. What is CRF is? CRF is nothing but case report form. So ECRF is electronic case report form. So again, here manually we'll be entering the data using a pen and paper, right? Like the case sheet is nothing but a paper, and we fill it manually with our hands. But then there's another thing followed by most of the institutions now, wherein they'll be entering the data into a system. So like after the trail, you will have to analyze, right? So for people who are in 5th year now, you may be doing your project work. So after doing the project work, you'll be collecting all the data, and then you'll have to analyze to give a conclusion, right? So that analyzation again is done in a system using some software, right? So again, you will have to transcribe all the data that you're having in your case sheets into the systems, and then using some software there, you'll be transcribing, like you'll be analyzing the results, right? So it is pretty similar. So ECRF system, again, there will be people who will be entering the data from the manual CRFs to the ECRF system. And there will be people who will be again monitoring. That means re-verifying if the entered values are right or not. So there's another role again there. And then that is pretty much similar to the data management, wherein they'll be re-verifying the data that is entered, and they'll be analyzing and so on. And then there is this pharmacovigilance. You know that there are 4 phases of clinical trials, as I said. There is phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and then there is phase 4. So till phase 3, the drug will not be released into the market. But then in the phase 4 is conducted after the drug is released into the market, which is nothing but post-marketing surveillance. So here, why is it important to do post-marketing surveillance? Because there is a chance that someone might develop an ADR. So it's not like even in phase 3 you'll be randomly testing about 1,000 subjects, say for example. So these 1,000 subjects are not enough to establish an overall safety throughout the world, right? Because there are millions and millions of people out there who may be using this drug. That's why this post marketing surveillance is important. So there are few companies who will be offering this as a part of pharmacovigilance. So it is nothing but technically the drug will be released into the market and the sponsor will be tying up with one of the organizations who will be having this PV. Pharmacovigilance is nothing but PV as a service. So there they'll be receiving the reports from multiple places, and they'll have to analyze the adverse reactions, and then they'll have to determine the data based on that. This is another field. So in the clinical research field, if you see, there are multiple MNCs that are offering job opportunities for Pharm.D graduates especially, because there are one more thing I forgot to tell you is okay, all these can be done by the other groups as well. Okay, so all these jobs can be done by the other graduates as in other life science graduates as well. But then somewhere or the other, the knowledge that you have gained through hospital visits and then reading through all the subjects of pharmacology, therapeutics, and all this anatomy, physiology. So all this, you'll be very familiar with the terminology that is used in the clinical protocol as well. So there is a definite opportunity that you can stand out and excel yourself. Okay, so that is another thing. This is about clinical research organizations. And then we have few insurance companies. Now you may be wondering what this insurance company is. But then there are few insurance companies who will take us as medical advisors, coordinators, or executives. I think all these, again, job role will be same, but then the naming of the role may be different. So here what happens is there are multiple insurance companies that will be offering insurance to corporate employees, right? Say for example, now I work for Forte. There may be some company that is offering insurance to all the employees of Forte. So now if, say for example, someone from Forte, be it me, so I am asking for a claim, like I've had this scenario, like I had this situation in the hospital, because of which this much was the amount that I spent, and then I'll be claiming for insurance. Again, this insurance people should actually verify, right, if there is something that has happened realistically or not. I may still claim, even if nothing happened, I can still say, I had this disease and so, or some disorder, so I had to go to hospital and I'll have to continue taking medicines throughout my life. So that may or may not be true. Again, this insurance company people, what they'll do is they'll appoint someone who will have enough medical terminology exposure and knowledge about what exactly it is. So again, these people will be appointing a family graduate there. So there we'll have to go and see if whatever they are claiming is right or not, and they will also have to improve the process. Improve the process as in, there may be few conditions for which the insurance still says, we will not be providing any monetary benefits. Then that may be pretty genuine, and there may be few things which are not really necessary, but then the insurance still feels that okay, I'll provide. So that is where we come into picture, and we'll have to make them understand the severity of a particular situation and help them analyze and remodify their process for a better cause. Okay, this is another one. And then academics, so colleges, training institutes, and consultancies. So colleges, all of you know, you can go as a faculty, which is a wonderful job, and wherein you will get an opportunity to guide a lot of others all along with you. So that is one thing, and that is one of the best things that you could do. And then there is this training institutes, as in, again, there are so many institutions out in the market who are offering clinical research program or PV programs or something like that. So you can go as faculty in one of those training institutes as well. And then there is this consultancies thing. I don't know if a lot of you are aware, but then there are few, not few, I would say very, very few, like maybe less than 10 institutes in India who are offering consultancy services for Pharm.D graduates. Consultancy services as in they'll be showing us, they'll be training us through to go through all the exams. Say, for example, there is NAPLEX. There's another exam before NAPLEX that we'll have to write for the US. I really forgot because I'm not at all interested in any of those. So there is this consultancy. As far as I remember, there's something called BioPlanet IS in Bangalore. Again, it offers a proper training, like how to face the exam, not just how to face, but they will actually teach you the subject as in they'll again train you through all this therapeutic areas, regimens, pharmacology, everything, which will make you ready for the exam that you are about to attend. And then there are few consultancies who will offer the internship program abroad as well. So you can go as a teaching faculty into one of them also. So teaching is not just colleges, there are plenty of other opportunities as well. Okay. Then yeah, I'm done with the job opportunities till now. And then these are few tips to find out job opportunities. So now you can ask me, okay, now you have said so much. So you said these are opportunities, there is opportunity in this, that, but how will we know? So this is how you'll know. So use LinkedIn. There is this professional networking platform called LinkedIn. I think most of you are aware. Use LinkedIn. There are so many opportunities out there that you can find in LinkedIn. Again, I'm saying this even though it is a kind of social media, it is a professional networking site. So just don't randomly connect with random people and say hi, hello, dad, this, and then did you have your lunch, did you have your dinner? No, this is not it. LinkedIn is something really professional. You have a lot of other social media wherein which you can use to normally chat with people. But then LinkedIn form proper connection with professionals. So there will be almost everyone in the professional field, like everyone as in most 90% of the population from professional field will be looking out for professional opportunities and professional connections throughout India, not just India, throughout the world. So LinkedIn is a really good platform. Make use of it, make proper use of it, not just make use of it, make proper use of it. And then you'll have job portals like Naukri, and then there is Indeed, and so on, right? There are so many job portals as well. So create an active profile. Create a profile and be active. That is called an active profile. So just be active so that you will find out all the opportunities that are posted then and there. And then you always have newspapers. So there are few things like this fellowship program that I said. So in the Tata Memorial Hospital, which gives you 53,000, I don't think anybody attending this session would forget that. So those kind of things are usually government notifications or someone affiliated to the government. So most of the times you can find that information only in the newspapers, or maybe if you can go to the official websites of whatever the institution is, you can find it there. But instantly you can find it only in the newspapers. So always read through. And then official company websites. So again, there will be a official company website for each and every company. And there will be a section called careers. So you can always go there and find. And then professional contact with seniors and professionals. Yeah, this is another thing which is really important, because this is important because if your seniors, say for example, for people in Hindu college now, I am one of your seniors. I don't think a lot of you know me until today. But then it is really important because a lot of them will be placed by some or the other means. They'll get placed in multiple companies. If you maintain a proper relationship, they can guide you through what you can do. So it is not possible for everybody to come like this and speak, right? So if you have a proper relation with seniors and the professionals, again through LinkedIn, or maybe you know someone who is just your neighbor, or you know your brother's friend or your sister's friend or your cousin, someone like that, just maintain proper professional relationship with them. Make it clear whatever your intention is, just make it clear to them so that they can also help you. That is another thing. And there is this social media. Again, social media, I've seen that I'm not really aware of social media because I don't have social media accounts. But then you'll have to there are few groups wherein you can really find if there is an opportunity in particular company. So most of them are posting it in the social media as well. So these are the few tips that I would give you. And then interview tips. So once you've found that there is particular opportunity in particular company, so how do you prepare yourself? So first thing is like brush up your knowledge in whatever field it is. Say for example, you're giving an interview as a clinical pharmacist, or maybe a clinical pharmacist in a particular hospital for particular wing, say for example endocrinology. Then brush up your knowledge regarding that particular field. If you're going to nephrology, just brush up your knowledge regarding everything that you've read regarding nephrology, and then just go for it. And then be yourself. Always don't brag about yourself. Don't say, I used to be like this, like that in my college. I'm a superstar, I'm that, I'm this. No, don't do that. So whoever is interviewing you might have seen much more world than what you have actually seen, because you'll just come out of college and we are really not aware how the industry is out there, right? So it's not at all good if you brag yourself. Just be yourself. If the interviewer asks you some question and you don't really know, don't try to make faces and convince them that you know but you forgot, like how we do in external exams, right? So during viva if the external comes and asks some question, you definitely know that you don't know the answer, but then we still make faces that oh yeah, I read this somewhere but then I forgot. So don't do that during interview. That's not professional at all. If you don't know something, just tell them that sorry, I don't know the answer, but then I would love to learn what exactly it is. So that will be very good. And then communication is the key. So this part I would really want to stress it out. So whenever you're being in college, it's not wrong that you communicate in the local language, but then you should be capable enough to communicate in the languages preferred by the interviewers as well. So most of the times what happens is someone or the other they try to talk in English or something like that. Then I know it's a normal scenario that all of us would be making fun of them. That this is Queen of England. She came from there and she's talking in English and all. I know this is pretty common, but then don't do that. And one thing I would want to stress here is we have a very good opportunity to develop our communication skills. So most of the times, right from second year, we have an opportunity to present, like case presentations will be doing, right? So that is a wonderful opportunity where you can really find out how well you can communicate. And then I think Hindu College especially is offering a communication skill program as well. So just make use of it. Like even if you have so much knowledge and if you can't put it in the right words, it's it really goes in vain. So always remember communication is the key, and maintain your body language. So now you can ask me what you're saying so much, where do we find it and all. So you have Google for everything. Nowadays, even the question that we get in exam, we directly Google and write. So it's something like that, right? There is this Google and YouTube where you can find multiple articles and multiple videos to how well you can present yourself in an interview, and what should be your body language, what are the do's, what are the don'ts, and so on. So just make use of those. It's like, I know it's pretty much for entertainment, but then there are a lot of positive things that you can find out. I'm not against you going and watching a movie, or I'm not against you Googling something for fun or so on. But then when it is necessary, always try to find out as much information as you can. Also, one more thing, whenever you're going for an interview in a particular company, always do a background check. So go through the company website, look at who the founder was, how it started, and what are the primary services that they're offering, and so on. You may not be knowing 100% of the information for sure, and nobody will be in an nobody will look at it in a negative sense that you don't know 100% of the things. So just gather the basic information and then you can attend the interview. Okay. And questions? Vaishnavi?
Yeah, Akka. Thank you so much for the session.
No
It,
problem. No questions? Don't say me that there are no
excellent.
questions.
No, there are.
Okay.
Anyone who wants to ask any more queries, you could put it in the chat box. It's highly appreciated. Now we have multiple questions, ma'am. So let's go into that. The first question is, in most of the pharma companies, they were preferring B.Pharm and MSc graduates mostly than Pharm.D graduates. How should we overcome with it as our opportunities get decreased or lost?
Again, so sorry.
In most of the pharma companies, they were preferring B.Pharm and MSc graduates mostly than Pharm.D graduates. How should we overcome with it as our opportunities get decreased or lost? This is the first question.
I would say this is not true, first thing, because all the opportunities that are given to B.Pharm or MSc graduates that that are having equal skills where a Pharm.D graduate can possess as well, it's never confined like that. Most of the times in the corporate industry, if you see, they will say life science graduate. They'll not confine it to B.Pharm or MSc or anything like that. B.Pharm, of course, I agree. There are industries who will offer for B.Pharm graduates only because they'll have so much industrial exposure, which we do not. So there, our skill is not really enough to grab a proper manufacturing job in the industry. So except in those conditions, all the other conditions, all the other fields, whatever I've discussed right now, would still be applicable for the Pharm.D graduates.
Okay, ma'am. The next question is local language a barrier to get a job as CRA in other states?
Yeah, I would say yes, because other states, as in most of the times when you are a CRC, not CRA, when you're a CRC, you will have to go and talk to the patients there. So the patients may or may not know your language, and they may or may not know English or Hindi as well. So it's always best if you're opting for a different state, it is always best that you know the local language there, because if you go and talk to a patient, say in your mother tongue or in a language that is not known to them, they will look at you like they would look at you clueless, because they will not understand what you're saying, or what you're trying to convey. So they may not be willing to come back to that place again. So it's always best, yeah. And for local regions, for if you want to go as a CRC or CRA, so again the CRA is again the similar kind of role that I'm talking. So in that cases, it is always best to know the local language. And for all the other all the other posts in the corporate sector especially, so it's always best you have a proper command on English, because it works in that way there, right?
The next question is it possible to get a CRA job in abroad? If yes, how to make it work?
That's pretty much dependent on how well you're doing and what the opportunities that they are ready to give. So most of the times I have maybe, as far as my knowledge, so I have not seen a lot of people from India going as a CRA to abroad. Most of the times again, it's again abroad, as in if it is US or the European countries, it's again English. But then if you travel to Arab countries, UAE, all those countries, you will have to know Arabic. So most of the times they will not opt for Indian family graduates to work as CRAs. I'm not sure, but then if you really want to do something, I can really find out the information and get back to you.
Okay, ma'am. How can we get abroad chances while doing PV and CRA or CRC jobs?
Yeah, it again depends. So like if you're doing very well in the whatever company, so now if I understood it right, you're asking if you have already joined in a particular company in either PV or CDM, and then you want to travel abroad. Is that your question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if that is your question, most of the times what happens is all these corporate companies may have branches abroad as well. But again, it depends on the company if they are willing to send you abroad or not. That is from the company's perspective. And if you want a change in the company as well, then you will have to find out an opportunity, provide proper skills, and prove that you can do whatever they are offering, and then you can definitely go. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Next question. How can we choose what to do in PhD after Pharm.D? I repeat, how
Yeah,
can we
I
choose
understand.
what to do in PhD after Pharm.D?
That again pretty much depends on what your interest is. So if you're interested to do something in diabetes, and if I say you do something related to cancer, it would be pretty bullshit. So it always depends on your interest, and based on that you can choose the university, and if the university accepts you, you may have an option to choose your guide as well. So if you want to do PhD abroad, then you will have to choose. That is up to you what you will have to choose. It is nobody on earth can say you do this is best in, because nothing is small, nothing is large. Everything is equal. Every little thing is important when it comes to health, right? So it depends. It totally depends on your interest.
Okay, ma'am. Next question. We have a couple more.
Mhm.
Are the poster presentations, review articles, and conference participation certificates are important for a Pharm.D student to get a job?
It is important. It is important as in nobody will ask you, how many posters you have did, what posters you've did, or anything like that. But then they will definitely test your knowledge on that, to test if your information is genuine or not. So if you say something, I've did an article about ADRs, or I've published an article about ADRs, or I did a post presentation on ADRs, they'll definitely ask you questions related to ADRs. So I wouldn't say they will check all the certificates, and if the more the certificates are, the more chances that you get a job. That is not right. But then if you are having so many certificates and you fail to communicate properly, then your chances have become zero there. So it again depends on, so these are important because you will have to get enough exposure. So until and unless you go to a lot of seminars or you present something, you will not be aware of what all you need to improve, and what all you will have to whatever you're doing best. So they'll definitely ask you a question: what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses? So there you can't really answer because you don't know yourself enough, because you have never attended anything and you didn't have a chance to talk to anyone. So these are really important, but nobody will ask you to show the certificates as such.
Okay, ma'am. The next question is it really necessary to have PhD to excel in clinical research industry?
Not necessarily. Definitely not. So it all depends. See, PhD is a different subject altogether. You don't really have to relate it with clinical research. So if you're really interested in doing something in clinical research, go to a hospital, join a CRC, then get promoted. You'll become a CRA. Then in that way you can improvise yourself, and maybe what do you say? You can ask the your superiors the possible opportunities and what you exactly want to do, and based on that you can grow in that way. It is not necessary to have a PhD there. But then most of the times what happens is, when you start learning something with so much interest, you will obviously want to explore more and more. So that way I would advise to do a PhD, but it's not really necessary. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. The next question is it essential and will it add to weightage to our resume if we do courses on PV and clinical research?
Yeah, it definitely does. But then it is not necessary, because most of the times, as I told you, there's a subject called clinical research, right? So what happens is, you'll have enough knowledge there. If you read through the subject, like from chapter 1 to the last chapter completely thoroughly, and if you have a vision of how it works, then it is not really necessary, but then it's nothing wrong. It adds value, but then it's not necessary.
Okay, ma'am. The next question: what specializations are available in India post Pharm.D? That means after Pharm.D.
I told you about one of the residency programs, right? Actually, there are a couple of more opportunities, like the diploma programs, or the board programs where you can do. But then it again depends on. It is again there is some kind of experience that you need before you have to, start doing that. And there is something called the BCCP. So there is board certified critical care pharmacist, and there is Society of Infectious Diseases Pharmacists. There are multiple things like this, but then you will have to gain certain amount of experience before you get into the course like that.
Okay, ma'am. What is the procedure to get into fellowship program?
That is again, so initially you'll get a notification in the newspaper, or if you go to a site, then you will get. So they'll have all the instructions that you will be having to follow. That you'll have to upload your CV and then pay some deposit to them, and there's a process that again depends on the institution that is offering. So if you go to us, if you really see that there is an opportunity like this, and then you go to the site, you'll get all the information that you need.
Okay, ma'am. What are the different master courses that in abroad that are useful to excel the career for Pharm.D in abroad?
There are plenty. I would say the core purpose of Pharm.D is to become a clinical pharmacist. So our Pharm.D is enough to become a clinical pharmacist in the US as well, provided you clear all the exams that are necessary. So it's not, if you want to deviate yourself from being a clinical pharmacist, then again, the master's degree will again depend on the interest that you have. So you'll have to choose based on your interest, and then you can get into the career there.
Okay, ma'am. What are the colleges or universities that offer PhD after Pharm.D in India?
There are plenty. There are plenty. I think all the research centers whoever is offering PhD will offer a Pharm.D as well, a Pharm.D PhD as well. So yeah.
Okay, ma'am. The last question, I hope I'm not posting any. While doing internship program during 6th year, were we available to join any government organization? Just like MBBS students could join in ICMR, do we also have an internship program after 6th year or during?
Actually, we have an opportunity in ICMR as well. There are a few Pharm.D graduates who are right now placed in ICMR as well. But then that's a different process. During 6th year internship, I would always suggest, this may be offensive to few people, but then I would always suggest complete your course first. Like finish off the 6 years internship. Like the 6th year internship is really important. If you want to become a clinical pharmacist, you will have a complete day every day for one long year to have to gain proper knowledge and to have enough exposure. You can always look at each case sheet, or you can go to multiple hospitals if at all you have proper connection or relation with the hospital people as well. It's not I would say during 6th year dedicate yourself to the internship program.
Yeah, ma'am, we got another 3 more questions. Can you suggest which platform is good for job either in India or abroad?
So good job as in what terms? Like if you're looking at the salary, then there are plenty of opportunities in India as well where they are offering good salaries. And if you're asking in terms of the knowledge that you have, like most of the times what happens is you are doing Pharm.D. That means you have enough knowledge to be a clinical pharmacist. So that way you can choose abroad. So it depends on what you're asking. If you could more clarify more on it, I could give you more insight.
May I know the different master's programs to join clinical research in abroad? Is the another question.
Clinical research, I think there's a master's program for clinical research as such, but then my personal experience, I would want to tell you that Pharm.D is enough because I've seen, now I work for a clinical research company, and then I look at a lot of protocols every day, and I see most of the times, like most of the protocols will have a Pharm.D graduate as an investigator, principal investigator, or the co-investigator or something like that. I think that is enough. But then it again depends on how well you're doing your academics.
Okay, ma'am. Any difference would be faced by a Pharm.D post-bachelorate with Pharm.D graduate?
That's a tricky one. So now, so in Pharm.D, basically the Pharm.D graduate who is doing Pharm.D from the start, like from first year, if they've joined into Pharm.D, they'll have a clear knowledge of APH and the other subjects, right? Biochemistry, APH, everything. But then when you're doing B Pharm, you will have those subjects. I'm not saying that you will not have, but then they may not be that deep, whatever we are doing in Pharm.D. That may be a little barrier, but then outside in the industry, nobody would look at if you had your Pharm.D done after BPharm. So there's no difference in the industry as such. But then when it comes to your knowledge, there may be a little difference. But then if you can go through the textbooks of first year, second year, and so on, and if you can gain enough knowledge, I think it's no different.
Okay, ma'am. The next question is, ma'am, what are the government jobs offered after the completion of Pharm.D for Pharm.D
Yeah.
students?
Government job, again, it depends. So not all governments are offering, but there are few state governments who have offered clinical pharmacist as well as drug inspector posts for Pharm.D graduates. But then I think unfortunately both the Telugu states are not having anything like that started as of now, but we may expect in the future. So government jobs is again a big question mark to everybody in India.
The last question, ma'am. What about scope of Pharm.D in Australia?
It's really good. Again, US and Australia, US, Australia, Canada, and a few of the European countries as well. So that's pretty good. In the US also, a pharmacist is second highest paid employee throughout the country. And then I think it's the same with Australia as well. There are plenty of opportunities. Like clinical pharmacist is necessary for each and every hospital, even in Australia. So the pay would be high, and it depends on the number of hours you work. So the pay is not the usual like how it happens in India. It is not per month salary, but it is mostly dependent on per hour. How much do you earn per hour? So there are plenty of opportunities in Australia as well. If you want more information, you can talk to me in person and I can give you more, because this will create a false impression on a lot of other people and may cause confusion to a lot of others also. So yeah.
Sorry, ma'am. The next question is, after Pharm.D, which platform is better, pharmacovigilance or hospital sector?
It again depends. Actually, in the hospital sector, if you join as a clinical pharmacist, that is a noble profession that we are supposed to do. That is why we are learning 6 years. All the subjects that we are learning all over 6 years. So that's the noble one. But if you think in terms of monetary terms, like the hospital may pay you less than 20,000 per month when you initially join, but then pharmacovigilance and other corporate, the clinical research organizations who are corporates may offer you 25,000 per month as starting salary. So it again depends on what your thought process is.
Okay, ma'am. The last question. You just spoke about medical officer, but when it comes to picture, we're not eligible. That as my fellow friend is working as medical officer. So let us know about post offering in medical officer. I mean, in hospital organization.
Yeah, so that's a good question. So medical officer thing, I know that it is not possible in all the hospitals, but then there are a lot of hospitals who are offering. So it again depends on. So there may be a formal interview, or they may hesitate to conduct an interview as well. But then most of the times, most of the people that I know are appointed as medical officers based on their personal relationships with the doctors. So now you go for internship. If you're going to a particular department in a particular month, so if you're performing well, automatically the doctor will have a good impression on you, right? They'll understand that you're capable of something. So there they may directly offer you as a medical post as medical officer. It is not all the hospitals are offering. I totally agree with your point. So not all hospitals are offering the medical officer job for family graduates, but then there are few hospitals who are doing as well. So yeah, always look at the brighter side.
Okay, ma'am. That's a very good question and answer session, and the previous one is also very excellent. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, you
So
sure you didn't miss out any questions?
yeah, ma'am. I'm sure. I have asked everything questions that have been posted here, and I
Let us
can.
give everyone another minute if there are any last minute questions, because always asking questions is not important. None of the questions are silly and nobody are going to ask you why you have asked such a question. So just feel free. If someone is hesitant to ask any question, just feel free. Now is the time you can ask. Meanwhile, I'll tell you, if you guys have any personal questions, you can always contact me through Vaishnavi or Sada sir or Sitaramai sir or Principal sir or Sarita madam, everybody. They'll help you out. And as there is this HCOP alumni thing, you can directly talk to me like that as well, or you can talk to me through LinkedIn. Um, make proper use of networking sites. So no questions, I think.
Yeah, ma'am. I think we'll wait for one more minute. If anyone is having any questions, please feel free to drop it in the chat box, and we'll ask every question that you have posted.
Yeah, please feel free. None of the questions are silly because I know how much would be running in a student's mind, especially when you're in college and when the course is really new. Family is a new course, so you really don't know what is happening. Where should I go? Will I get a job? Will I survive? Can I earn at least 10 rupees in my by my own, or so many questions. But just don't worry. Trust me, there are plenty of opportunities, but you will have to be prepared for whatever you're getting. So yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. We got couple of questions.
Yeah.
So, can you suggest me a good job that is knowledge based? Is one
Every
question.
job is knowledge based. You can never say that this job is not knowledge based. Be it anything. So anything is knowledge based. So it is always about learning, right? It's our life is never ending journey of learning. So you can learn in any field. So say for example you have entered into a PV field. So you'll learn more and more about how it works. That means you'll get so much knowledge about how pharmacovigilance works and what exactly it is, uh, how is it benefiting the healthcare and so on. If you enter into a clinical research organization or you become a CRC, again you will develop your knowledge about what all should be done to a patient, what are the emergency what do you say first aids to be done and so on. If you take teaching, if you become a lecturer, it's not an easy job. I think a lot of people are having this impression that it's pretty easy. It's never easy. You will have to do so much of preparation and groundwork. And I am telling you today, uh, there is no one who are more knowledgeable than lecturers in the industry. I'm telling you, because they'll have a constant revision of every subject every day, like whatever they're teaching. Nobody would come to the class without any preparation and just blabber and go out, right? So everything is knowledge based. So you can never say one profession is more knowledgeable and one is not. Be it any field, not just Pharm.D or anything. Any profession, any field, everything is equally knowledgeable.
Okay, ma'am. The other question. Let me know if a brief info regarding medical writings.
Medical writing and medical coding, I think most of the times what happens is there are a few companies like I think Indigene, I think they'll be directly taking you for medical writing job, but then they'll be giving a training internally in the company itself. And there are a lot of other institutions which are offering medical writing and medical coding jobs. So that again depends. So it is not like directly after Pharm.D, you can't excel yourself in medical coding or medical writing. You will definitely have to learn some course. If you're not learning anything and then you are joining, that means the company will give you proper training about what it is, right?
I think we are done with the questions, ma'am. Meanwhile, if you get any, well, I can come back to you. Thank you, ma'am. That's an excellent interactive session. Thank you so much. So we have come to the end of the session, but before that, let me take an opportunity to invite our dynamic secretary, sir, for the closing remarks and to address the gathering. You're welcome, sir. Over to you, sir.
Hello, Sridhar.
Sada.
Sari is available or not?
Sari is not there.
Okay, right. Vaishnavi, go with next.
Okay, sir. So let me take an opportunity to invite our dynamic chairman, sir, to address the gathering and give closing remarks.
Vaishnavi, Sari is also not there, Vaishnavi.
Okay, next.
Principal, sir, is available, sir?
Yes, let me check. Yeah, Sari is available.
Sari is available.
Okay. I request our principal, sir, to address the gathering.
Hello. Anusha has given your experience to share here. I really enjoyed what your given speech. Really happy with that. We'll come back what you hear in the college. Whenever you feel your face is still you are our student, we are feel that you are in college only.
Yeah.
Really happy with that you be here and given wonderful session because what you earn the experience you share here already what you have begin with you have a lot of doubts. I think so might be clear right now. What we
Yeah.
given express at that time same thing we also saying to everyone uh, because senior is almost very much important for us to given right way right pathway to reach to a destination. What I am going to say to all the students, you want to sell yourself. You want to showcase yourself. You should have good knowledge. Whatever that college time you are earning, your knowledge is very essential. That will be give fruitful to attend any kind of interview. Don't neglect anything. Don't make it silly point anything. That is ultimately what the Anisha is saying the same thing. So you have to as a college student you can enjoy but that is not a end. You have to ultimately when come into the outside your job it is very useful for what you earn what you are learning from here that is give good earning. So dear students this is a junction. uh, Pharm.D is one of the big opportunity. The wonderful and noble course among all the pharmacy course because you only pharmacy students only to interact directly to the layman because that's why you should wherever you want to switch over but you should know what the area what is the topography geography everything you should know and also whenever go to enter into the industry you should know the industry also without industry knowing anything you enter industry the what work you take out doesn't know. So you should have aware of all the things. That's why I'm saying that you want to sell. I am have this. I am so and so. I have this much capacity. My biodata is this much strengthened. So it indicate that it show your caliber and knowledge also. So we the students are right now. I'm saying that the right time who are 6th year students. They have a good time to learn many things. You can join good add-on course that will helpful for your upcoming jobs or upcoming opening jobs are more right now. So be aware of that. Join. There is don't feel that I want to work in only AP. There's a lot of places are open. You have to migrate one place to other place. You learn so many experience you can get from that particular place. You can see good friends. A lot of information you are gathering. You can give guidance to your juniors and also your friends also. So in these junctions, really, I thanks on behalf of our chairman sir, secretary sir, all of my our respected faculties. Really, thanks to all, and God bless you, Anisha. Be happy, be here with you, and that thing. So God bless you. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Nanda.
sir.
Now over to Vaishnavi.
Thank you, sir, for your excellent words. I'll request our ever charming Vice Principal Ma'am to address the gathering. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, Anusha, for your excellent talk and how boldly and confidently you clarified the doubts. What I felt, students are showing much more interest to pose a number of questions for the young speaker than the eminent and experienced speakers. What I felt, so really amazing, amazing. I felt so happy for your wonderful lecture. In this regard, I would like to tell to the Pharm.D professionals. Anusha has covered all the areas where the opportunities are available. So we all are aware of that. There are plenty of opportunities for the Pharm.D professionals. There is no doubt in that. The thing is, let you check yourself. Do you have confidence or not? So can you speak fluently in English? Do you have required knowledge in especially APH for Pharm.D professionals? and depends upon the area where you want to settle and in which area you are looking for the job. According to that, whether you acquire the knowledge or not, to please check yourself and update yourself in that area. Definitely, you will have a bright future. There is no doubt in that. Um, in this regard, I would like to share one more thing. Suppose you got a distinctions, 100%, a gold medal, you appeared well in interview, though if you didn't get a job, so don't get disappointed. It is all the part of our life. You please think it in a positive way. Whatever happens is good for you. It's good for me. Always keep in this in your mind. Remember this sentence. Whatever happens, it's good for me because there is a better opportunity for you. The better job is waiting for you. Like that, you set your mind, tune your brain. Always feel happy, though you didn't get a job. Also, there are number of opportunities. Try to apply for many more, attend many more interviews, definitely you will get a good job. And another thing is there is a question of gold medalist or a failure student or average student. Gold medalist may become a professor or a job holder, a very good job holder. Or average or failure students may start schools or colleges or business or sometimes a company also. Am I right or wrong? It's a fact. You please go through that. There is a question of so. In that case, both are successful. There is nothing to worry. You do not get a chance to get a pass marks or how to write the exams and all. It's not at all a question. In this failure student and as well as the merit students, both are successful according to my experience and my knowledge, what I felt. So practically also it's proven. There is no doubt in that. The thing is only you need to equip it with the knowledge. Ultimate. Based upon your talent only you are going to prove yourselves in the career, throughout the career, not based on the marks or not based on the pass or fail in the examinations. So be a lifelong learner. Always read positive statements every day. Why? Because I would like to, I already told in the morning inaugural session, I would like to give one example of the famous life history. He failed in business at age of 21. He lost elections at age of 22. His sweetheart died at age of 26. He lost elections at the age of 45, 49. Finally, he became president of USA at age 52. Who is? He is Mr. Abraham Lincoln. So, if he quitted when he failed, he would have never become president of America. To him, failure was not a dead end. He used it as a stepping stone to success. So, what can we learn from the above person history? We have to bounce back from failures and achieve our goal. Always think positively and move forward. So, with this, please, I request all my dear students, don't get disappointed. You move on. And one more thing I want to share as a Pharm.D students, you have chosen such a healthcare sector course at the present pandemic situation, what we are doing as a Pharm.D professionals, what we are doing in what sort of service you are giving to the society. Think yourselves. Like we all are know that it is a pandemic situation. Everybody is caring. So here the thing is, as a educated professionals, still we are in the science sector. Compared to laymen or compared to general public, a little bit we are having some sort of knowledge than the others. Am I right or wrong? So, anybody has started helpline centers, you no need to go into the outside or into the public, because it is spreading, is more spreading communicable disease. Okay, I do accept. So while sitting at home, anybody has started helpline centers. Are you guiding to any layman or general public or the relatives or the neighbors? It's essential that it's our duty to respond immediately for the present pandemic situation. I advise all Pharm.D students who are taking lead, so make a one team, that HCOP team, and create a one helpline center, call center, by giving one or two contact numbers, and take the advices of our governing body members who are in health sector, physicians, MDs. We have eminent people with help. By taking their advices, we can counsel the general public, those are affected, or so many, including us. We ourselves have so many doubts whether we have exposed to positive affected persons, if exposed, what to do, what not to do. In such a way, you can give many more advices to the public. It's now the situation is local community transfer is taking place. So everybody is looking for somebody's advices. So you all are right persons can advise to the public. Suppose if I expose it to the positive affected person, what to do, what not to do. So why I am telling you, no need to enter into the or mingle with the public. You can sit at your home, and you can also do all these helpline ways. You can do it. There is no doubt in that. Why? Because already it was started in India, spreading the disease from in the month of February. You see the present situation in the last 2 months, the rising is, the impact is higher, and spreading is more and more. Many of them, even still, it is entered into the village level also. So many people are waiting for the advisors for counseling, especially. The one more advantage for Indians is the recovery rate is very good, very excellent. The recovery rate, no need to go for the hospitalization. You look into the statistics, 80% of the people doesn't need hospitalization treatment. They themselves can sit at the home, and home care is more than sufficient. So in those cases, Pharm.D people can come forward and guide the layman. So it will be helpful to the society. My advice. The only 20% of the people who are affected with severe symptoms, they can you suggest them to go for hospitalization. The remaining 80% of the people can treat themselves by sitting at their houses. So you please create one helpline center, take the advisor's help of one or two physicians, and keep one physiotherapist, one nurse, and let you start the counseling. You can give the wider publicity about the Pharm.D professionals and as well as our college, and at the same time it will be helpful to you are going to give us so much confident level in the public. Actually, public is looking for those type of counselors. So you are the suitable people. What I feel. So if you have any doubts, you need any more guidance, you please contact me. I always here to guide you, ready to guide you. There is no doubt in that. So Pharm.D people have so much, plenty of opportunities. There is no doubt in that. You must have that zeal to work. You must have the enthusiasm to learn so many things. If you have a talent, there is no doubt in that you will have a bright future. I wish you all the best for giving me such a wonderful opportunity. I thank the management and the organizers, Pharm.D director, Pharm.D HOD, and the student coordinators. Okay, Vaishnavi Shashankam, and alumnus, the great alumnus Lakshmi Anusa, today's speaker. So nice of seeing you all and hearing from you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for reminding everyone of us about the communication skills once again. And what happens is good for our own good. Thank you for reminding that too. And we'll definitely promise you that we'll start a helpline center soon. Thank you so much, ma'am. And now I request our ever enthusiastic and the great OSD sir, the family director, P. Sitaramaya Garu, to address the meeting. Over to you, sir.
Hello, Vaishnavi, are you able to listen?
Yeah, sir, you're audible. You can
Okay,
continue, sir.
thank you, Vaishnavi. Very good lecture, and I wish to congratulate Lakshmi Anusha for her good presentation. I would like to call her not only Lakshmi Anusha, but also Saraswati Lakshmi Anusha. After observing her knowledge, I feel like calling her. Okay,
Thank you so much,
coming
sir.
to she has informed most of the sectors. One or two sectors she has not covered. Well, that I would like to tell. CSSD in some of the countries, Central Sterile Supply Department, they are also giving this management of central sterile supplies to the Pharm.D students. And drug information, poison control, then management of medicinal gases. So plenty opportunities. At present, Government of India is still in the process of creating government positions. However, those hospitals which are going for accreditation, so one of the conditions is, well, wherever there are drugs, they have to appoint pharmacists. So it may be procurement, it may be storage, it may be distribution, it may be therapeutic drug monitoring, whatever it may be, they have to show sufficient number of pharmacists, otherwise they will not get accreditation. And other important sector is insurance, medical insurance. Once the beneficiaries gives his report about the treatment and expenses, it has to be verified, audited. So this is being done by pharmacy graduates, or Pharm.D is more suitable. So there are so many insurance companies going to come. So a lot of opportunities. Another sector she has sufficiently covered is CROs. CROs, some companies have started their CRO offices in India. Some more multinational companies are going to come. And in the government sector, the CDSCO, Central Drug Standard Control Organization, it is having memorandum of understanding with FDA, Food and Drug Administration of America. So they also want to update the department of CDSCO at par with FDA. So more opportunities will be coming for in general for pharmacy and in particular for Pharm.D students. And the Medical Appliances Act, the Government of India is going to implement Medical Appliances Act. For that also, anybody who manufactures, stores, sells any medical equipment like from thermometer to the CT scan, they are supposed to have license from the CDSU. So they are also going to have their own machinery to check all these for inspection, for licensing, for renewals, for exports, for imports. So it will take some time. Definitely, a lot of opportunities in general, all pharmacy graduates, and in particular for Pharm.D. Then another important thing is we are lucky to have our management consists of 4 doctors, Dr. Manav Radhakrishnamoorthy garu, and Dr. Madhusudan Rao garu, Dr. Vijay Bhaskar, and Dr. Ramakrishna. They are also taking keen interest in the academic uh, of our Pharm.D students. It is with their cooperation. Actually, as for PCA regulations, one hospital having 350 beds is sufficient for training the Pharm.D students. But you see, we have memorandum of understanding with 10 hospitals, Lalita Hospital for cardiology and urology, Anjani Hospital for gastroenterology, nephrology, general surgery. Then other hospitals, Guntur City Hospital for cardiology and psychiatry, and so Fever Hospital. So we are lucky to have, you are also all of you lucky to have so many opportunities for learning during your regular classes and internship. So once you do your uh, work during your 6 years of study, if you improve your knowledge, you can go to any place in the world. I can certainly say that you will get opportunities not only in India, but also US, Europe, Middle East, Australia, all the places. So, last but not least, I would like to request the other alumni or the future alumni just to tell you some examples. You have to take care of the institute. For example, Podali Prasad, who was a student of Medical College Guntur, he has donated something for expansion of the Guntur Medical College. Similarly, Nanapaneni Saudari, who is from Andhra University, the pharmacy M.Pharm from Andhra University. He has gone to US and he has worked there for some time. He has earned some money, come and started NATCO, and he has donated 30 crores for establishment of gynecology and pediatrics and cancer units in Guntur General Hospital. Well, I don't expect such big helps from you, but you can share your experience like Lakshmi Anusha, or you can uh, donate some books for the library or certain things so that you can remember as well as the college will remember. So thank you very much. You people have managed well, and for all our students and for our faculty, Sadasivarao, Faizan, Wali, and Rispa, Nusha, and Manas. Thank you very much for your coordination in making this program a success. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Okay,
Thank you so much,
next.
sir. It's very good to hear from you the missed out career opportunities. Thank you so much, sir. We'll take it as a remembrance and put into
Thank you.
practice. Sorry for the interruption. I request our HOD sir who guided us in every path to make this event a very successful one. Sadar sir, please address the meeting.
Yeah, yeah. Very good morning to all. I'm very happy to see Anusha as a today's speaker. Uh, Lakshmi Anusha is a very good student of first batch Pharm.D during the 2011 and 17. During during her studies, she was a very active and enthusiastic in academics, curricular and extracurricular activities. First, I will thank to Lakshmi Anusha for accepting our invitation and delivering such a wonderful lecture on the career opportunities for the Pharm.D students. Thank you very much, Anusha.
Thank you, sir.
As said by the Anusha, Pharm.D students no need to fear about your future opportunities and placements because a lot of opportunities are awaited for you. So what all of you students have to do is should focus on the your academics to develop theory, practical knowledge, and soft and communication skills, and prove yourself as you are the best among the students and among the others. I'm requesting Lakshmi Anusha to continue this type of the contributions with our own organization of Hindu College of Pharmacy in future also.
Sure, sir.
Thank you, Anusha. And this lecture make motivation among the many others to initiate this type of the lecturers to organize in future. Thank you, Anusha. Next, I would like to thank our management, Chairman sir, Secretary sir, Principal sir, and Vice Principal ma'am, and Sitrami sir for their support in organizing this program. Thank you all. I thank to Vaishnavi and her team for making this event in a systematic way and making grand success. Thank you, Vaishnavi, and your team. Thank you once again.
Thank
Finally,
you.
I thank to all our department colleagues, Dr. Faizan Ali, Dr. Sushita ma'am, Dr. Rispa ma'am, and Dr. Manas Kumar, and all the Pharm.D students for your active participation and patient listening. Thank you all. Over to the Vaishnavi. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Without your support, this would not have been this much success. So now I request any of the participants can unmute yourself and give the feedback. Any of the participants can give your feedback. Your feedback is highly appreciated.
Vaishnavi, please invite Chandrika ma'am from the fifth Pharm.D.
Yes, sure. Chandrika ma'am, you can.
Yes,
give your
yes, yes, I'm here. I I'm privileged to take an opportunity to give my brick note on today's session. Firstly, I thank you, ma'am. Though being an alumni, you chose a way to interact with your fellow members from your college and enlighten from your regards. Well, today's session is transparently a perfect explanation for job opportunities for Pharm.D graduates as soon as we complete our academics without a further ado to a work stage. And then you elaborated pretty good about which you are full-fledged with, and moreover, even with other opportunities, you were just a cover into. That's a clean question and answer session as you cleared many doubts, and furtherly, you boosted up with a good enthusiasm with knowing our mindsets and getting into it and understanding the questions we are put into you. And thank you, my dear alumni. Please be needful for many of our co-students from our mother institute. Thank you.
Thanks, Chandrika. So good to see you.
Yes, fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good, sis.
Great. We'll catch up.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much, Chandrika ma'am. That's really meant a good feedback. So any of the feedback is highly appreciated. We'll give a minute to decide to speak up. If no, we'll continue with the session. Tashanka, is there anyone to speak at?
No, ma'am. No one.
Okay, we'll continue. I request Trinath to deliver vote of thanks.
Thank you, Vaishnavi. A pleasant good afternoon to everyone. This is Srinath, co-organizer of the event, Career Opportunities for Pharm.D graduates. It gives me immense pleasure to propose a note of thanks on this auspicious event. First of all, I would like to give a glory to Almighty for blessing this event a soundful success. I would like to express my deep sense of gratitude to our Honorable Chairman, Sir, Dr. Mannam Radhakrishnamoorthy Garu, and our Chairman, Sir Jupiri Rangaraju Garu, and our Secretary and Correspondent, Madhusudan Rao Garu, for giving us the opportunity to conduct such an informative session. My heartful thanks to Principal Sir, Dr. Govindarajan Garu, and Vice Principal Madam, Dr. Sunita Garu, for giving advices and guiding us and in a good manner. I like to extend my thanks to Dr. Vajjan Sitaramaya, Vajjan, the Director of Pharmacy, Dr. Sitaramaya Garu, to about his advices and uncovered part of the speaker. And we are great to thank our today's speaker, Dr. Anusha ma'am, for navigating our young minds towards successful career. Her explanation justified the name of the event. He explained well about the. She gave her tips to improve our career. I would but not least, I would like to thank participants for making this event successful, and I hope you all get an intimate knowledge about scope and future of pharmacy graduate. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Trinath. I would also like to thank our HOD Sadar sir, and all the pharmacy Department of Pharmacy Practice faculty, and all the faculty who are involved, the participants who gave an ear to the session, and my special thanks to Principal sir, Vice Principal ma'am, and OSD sir for being till the end of the session and giving your valuable feedbacks and very important things to end up the session. And my sincere thanks to Anusha ma'am, who with lots and lots of patience, the groundwork she have done is excellent. The conversations we had throughout the meeting to conduct this meeting is awesome. I could feel. You can see tears rolling down my eyes for this successful event. Thank you so much, ma'am. This means a lot, and we see many more to come from your side, from your end, ma'am. Thank you so much. It means a lot. I thank every team member of mine, Sashanka, Trinath, and the backward like Manisha, and so many people who supported me to do this session. Thank you so much. If anyone could add up your requested to unmute yourself and speak, otherwise we'll continue.
Vaishnavi, I just want to add one point. I've seen few people commenting in the chat asking about my contact details. Can you please coordinate and guide them?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. I'll do. So let us end this session with the national anthem, the traditional of our college. I request technical team to play the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you for joining. Have a great day.